Hey, it's me. Okay, so my last post, I talked about how you can diversify your portfolio, right? We know that we don't want to put our entire portfolio into like one area of the world. We want some US funds, we want some Canadian funds, international, emerging markets, and maybe some fixed income securities. So that's the number one thing, is determining what your asset allocation is. Now, going one step further is we need to actually figure out, how do you diversify your portfolio among these different assets? And that has a lot to do with your time trajectory. So how much time do you have to invest in the markets? And also, how comfortable are you with risk tolerance and volatility, right? So when you hear the term aggressive portfolio, what this basically means is that 100% of your portfolio is in stocks. It's in equity funds, like equity ETFs. So me personally, I am an aggressive investor. I want to retire at the age of 45, so I want to make as much money as I possibly can right now. This may not be good for you, so don't go out and be changing your portfolio without, consulting with a financial professional first. But basically, my portfolio is 100% in equity. I have like 40% of my portfolio in a US index ETF. I have like 30% in a Canadian index ETF. And then I have the remainder of the 30%. I've got about 20% in an international ETF. And then I have the remainder of it in an emerging markets fund. So I have 4 ETFs in my portfolio. It's 100% aggressive and 100% invested in equity ETFs. Now, I'm hopeful that I'm going to get about a 10% annual return over time, right? May not be this year, may not be next year, but overall, my portfolio has been making over a 10% return annually. And I'm very happy with that, but I'm also aware of the risk that I am taking on. Now, as I get closer to needing that money, I'm not going to be aggressive, right? I'm going to scale back to be more of a balanced or conservative portfolio, because I can't deal with the market volatility when I'm getting close to retirement and I need to protect more of my principal. So you can see here down below, a growth portfolio is made up 80% of equity, 20% fixed income, which means that 80% of your portfolio is invested in stocks or ETFs that, mirror and mimic markets, invested in equities. The other 20% is invested in those fixed income securities that I'm going to talk about in some of my future videos. Now, then we've got a balanced portfolio. This is 60% equities and 40% fixed income, kind of around there. That's your like asset allocation. Then you have a conservative portfolio. So this would be good if you need your money in a shorter period of time, or you're kind of getting into retirement. This is looking at about a 4% annualized return, and it's 60% fixed income and 40% equities. And then of course you have a conservative fixed income portfolio, which is very safe. So anyways, if you have any questions about this, sign up for an assessment call, but I'm glad that I could break that down for you. Okay, thanks, bye.